Good afternoon, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, comments, super chats, super thanks, donations, everything. I appreciate it all. We are going to ring the spell. We're going to clear out this energy and we're going to see what this Mimosa Saturday has for us today. You know, confirmation for what I'm about to say. Somebody's been disowned. Somebody has been kicked out of the Mean Girls Club. Someone has been asked nicely or not so nicely to get the PHUCK out because they came for you. I can hear somebody saying, have you not seen that movie, Carrie? Don't you know what she does to that entire group of people that came against her? Hey, Saida. Hey, Shaylin. Something about what you possess, the power that you possess. And it's not like you go around and you're zapping people. It's just that when people come up against you for no damn reason, they feel that energy. They think you're going to feel that energy, but they feel all of that energy. And I feel like this coven couple is not sure how much more they can actually take. Hey, Mr. Blacks, how are you? Bottom of the deck, we'll do this one. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. They know you are very spiritually protected. They know that you're used to battle. They know that you've been raised up in the battle. You've been raised up in that fight. So whenever it's the end of your time and God asks you that question, do you think you fought a good fight? Your reply is going to be a resounding yes. And God's going to say, you did a good job. Now, somebody else is seeing what somebody young has thought that they was going to do. They thought that this was going to get them some type of clout, kudos, praise, status, but they were wrong. What they actually got them was something totally different. They wasn't expecting this. This King of Cups said, no. Oh, no. I claim this chosen one. I claim the collective. This King of Cups has stated, I'm on their side, not on your side. You know, because whoever decided they was going to come up against you has to come up against themselves. It's not fun. It's not funny. It's not even good for them. And they're scared. Now they have these regrets. They got this broken heart like, well, wait, nobody's going to protect me? And everybody said, no. What's the message, Spirit? You know, sometimes people take it a step too far. They was good whenever they left it right there, but then they decide, because it's their ego or their pride, I'm going to take it one more step further. Someone didn't weigh their pros and their cons. They didn't see they had it good while they had it, but they decided to gamble a little bit. They're going to do one more thing. And now that one thing, they're having to defend themselves for doing that. Because people are like, wait a minute. Did you not know that this person was protected by God? Did you not see that? And you out here acting like a whole devil, trying to say some crazy shit? People are looking at that person like, are you okay? Now somebody's looking and they're watching you and they see that, you know what? They should have held back. In fact, they should have said nothing at all. Because they didn't know that within this family, you was a blessing, an earth angel, the one that should be respected if nobody else is respected. Yeah, like somebody, they thought they had the power. They thought they had, the energy. They thought they could do it. They thought that they could bring you down because they was like, well, if nobody else is going to try it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. I'm thinking that they should have read the room. They should have took notice because nobody else was taking this gamble. What made them think that they should take the gamble? Especially coming up against you. Because you wasn't afraid to say whatever it was that you needed to say in no unapologetic terms. And what you said to them, baby, brought justice. Now it's the entire coven that's scared. Because they don't know what's getting ready to come back on them. They just know that whoever this was did not make an impact whatsoever. And they know. So it's like this whole coven is asking for forgiveness. It's asking to be, they're asking this, they're leaving somebody out in the cold because they don't want no more smoke. They're afraid of the smoke. They're afraid what's going to happen to them. Because like I said, you won that war. You won the war, and then you shut all that shit down. All that shit down. Somebody's mother is worried about their child. They're like, oh my gosh. They worried like, oh Lord, what the fuck have you done? Like, why would you go out and do this? What would make you think to do this? Sit your dumb ass down. Didn't nobody tell you to go out and do that shit? Somebody's worried. Somebody's worried. They thought that they was doing a good thing. They thought that they was going to be that shining example. They thought they was going to go out here and give it to you, dish it out. But what they got was they sent it out thinking that they was going to get their wish fulfillment. But then whenever it's like you went to work, you closed that chapter. You went to work on something. And it's not even so much you went to work. You could have just even responded. And that was the work that you had to put in. Now somebody sees that they got themselves stuck in the worst type of way. There's nothing that anybody can do to help this person because judgment was called by the Most High. And so now this person that even thought that they may be on a timeout, no, they're not even on a timeout. It's worse than that. Someone has fucked up their whole destiny. It don't make a difference how they look at shit now. It don't make a difference what they do. Any blessings that they had kind of filtering in on their way, oh, that shit is gone. This shit is over. Finito capito. Whatever. Kaput. Whatever. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody is worried. I feel like there's not just somebody, it's this coven that's worried, because it's like this coven is like, no, because every time we try to go after this person, shit did not work. So what would make you think that your shit was gonna work? Somebody is yelling at this person like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? What would you don't know? No, it's just this shit don't make sense. You should have just sat down. Nobody was bothering you. Nobody was coming up after you. Why would you come up after somebody? Somebody's getting it. Somebody's being yelled at. They are being chastised like they was a little child. And they feeling it. They feeling it. And now people are watching you. Because they're trying to gauge your temperature. They're trying to figure out, are you going to do something to defend yourself, to get back at them, or you just going to let this shit go? And trust me, they're praying. They're praying. This whole coven is praying that you let this shit go. Hey, Malcolm, how are you? They're praying that you let this shit go. Because they're afraid that if you don't let this shit go, what is going to happen? Because they've seen it all before. Everybody is well aware of what happened to them the last time. And the time before that. And the time before that. And that. And that. It's like to the point where people were starting to say, have you ever noticed every time we try to come up against the collective, something happens to all of us? Not just one of us, not just two of us, but all of us. Have you ever noticed that? That's when people started saying, you know what? Let's stop. Because they already knew that you could protect yourself. And they already knew that whatever was coming around, what they put out there was coming right back around to them. Some of them got it that same day. Some of them got it that next day. And sometimes spirit waited until whenever it was the most inopportune time to give it to them. But yeah, somebody, they decided they was going to come at you. They was going to give it to you. But now they don't know how they feel, because what was given to you, they know is getting ready to come back to them. And they're scared. That coven is shook. Ain't nobody talking to nobody right now. They just trying to chill. They just trying to say, okay, well, maybe if we don't do anything, nothing will happen. But boom, something is happening. They shook. They scared. You got them what's called shitless. Scared shitless. Because they know that you know how to protect yourself. They realized you was a gifted child. They just didn't know what gift that was. They just didn't know how that was going to manifest. But it manifested in your behalf for your goodness. Okay? Someone now realizes that not only are you intuitive, you're psychic. And they can't fuck with that. This is what they was telling this person. Sit your goofy motherfucking ass the fuck down. In fact, get the fuck out. Because you too stupid. They're scared because somebody tried to come up against you. One of their own came up against you. They're scared. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And it's like this person was talking about, well, I didn't know. But you know what? Ignorance is no excuse of breaking the law. I guess you need to plan better next time, huh? I feel like this Empress had this honest conversation with somebody and explained some things that somebody could not see, that maybe they weren't aware of, that maybe this Empress wasn't aware of whenever she first started fucking with you either. But you know what? She's aware of it now, and she knows her child is about to go through some shit too. It's like you have a sign on it says, "Come fuck with me. I want you to." Hey, pretty girl swag, how are you? Yeah, they told this person to stop whatever they was doing. Stop it. Just let that shit go. Because there's nothing that this person can do to get back at you. Because you didn't do anything. It's just somebody feeling like they don't have the upper hand. But guess what? You wasn't meant to have the upper hand. Not whenever you the underdog. I'm telling you, somebody thought that they had a master plan. They was getting ready to get you. They was gonna try and slowly bait you in, pull you in, and then they was gonna pop you over the head. Now this is the same person who's feeling all of these burdens. All of them. You know? And this King of Pentacles, their father, has completely closed his eyes against the situation. They don't even want to see it. They're like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. And I don't the hell want to hear you crying. Because you brought this on yourself. Didn't nobody tell you to do that shit. In fact, we told you to stop doing shit. So now somebody, it's like they told this person the best thing you could do was go pray. Pray and ask for forgiveness. That's the best thing that you could do. Because if this young person thought that they was going to come up against you, they was wrong. They've had enough. They have had enough. They all walking around with whatever size shoe in their ass that they got now. They have had enough. Their colon is physically hurting from getting their ass kicked so damn much. They have had enough. They don't know how much more they can take. They're like, shit, this feel like getting a what's it called? Oh my gosh, what is it called? I've had one before. Yes, they are so brokenhearted. They're so upset about what this person has done. I'm telling you, this coven asked this person, we need you to leave. We just need you to leave. Don't even pack a bag. We'll pack your shit and send it to you. We just need you to get the hell out of here. Because what you've done, you put us all in danger. And that's how they feel. Somebody expressing, you put us all in danger. It's all going to come back around to all of us. All because you decided that you wanted to jump out there and do something that didn't even make no damn sense because wasn't nobody messing with you. If they didn't send for you, don't come for them. Yeah, I'm telling you. Because it's like they're looking at you over by yourself. You know, you're just receiving God's gifts, God's love. You doing you by yourself. And somebody thought they was going to take you down. They thought that they had the master key, like they could work on something. People like for the longest that they've known you, they know you to be one of God's favorites. They know that not only is the sword of truth wrapped around you, but that sword of protection is also wrapped around you. Telling you, it's like, sorry, y'all. I see my pocket. Nothing's in the pocket, but I just didn't want it to be looking like it was an empty old pocket. Because it is. But what's the message? Yeah. I'm telling you, this whole family is expecting something to come in. This family is now planning how they can make things right. Just in case some shit pop off, they trying to figure out how they can make some shit right. what they can do. But the first thing they decided to do was tell Rudy Poot, Tink Tink, get the fuck on. We don't want you here anymore because we know that you're not wrapped too tight in the head. You're not wrapped too tight in the head. And somebody trying to apologize for this devilish shit they did, they was like, gone with that bullshit. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Gone with that. Somebody should have thought about that shit before they jumped out there. Because, yeah, they sitting there thinking, last time so-and-so did this to them, we all felt it, and we didn't know what the fuck we was feeling. We was all under attack. We didn't know why we was under attack until we had that coven meeting, and so-and-so said, yeah, I did this. I did that. I went ahead and I astro traveled and I did this underhand sneaky shit to them and da 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 da. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna affect that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Only to find out that shit came out and they was all fucked up. They're struggling financially. All of them. All of them are struggling financially. Each and every one of them. They all got something going on. Legal bills, medical bills, household bills, new car bills, child support bills, whatever. They all got some. Some of them who didn't even have bills, because maybe they was a stay-at-home mom, they was blessed with medical issues to the nth degree. So for them, they feel like it's just a matter of time before they ain't even here no more. That's why they didn't understand. You did what? To who? Because you was feeling froggy and you decided to leave? Like, who does that shit? Yeah, I'm telling you, they was like, please get out. Please go on. Please leave. Because they know a judgment call has been made. And it wasn't even by you. It was by the Most High. Spirit said, I got this. They ain't going nowhere. Trust me, they ain't going nowhere. Just like that car was having problems starting. Somebody having them same issues. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. This family, they don't know what to do. They really don't. This coven, this group, they don't know what to do. But somebody is finally speaking the truth. They're letting everybody know that you are an earth angel. You're not no magician. You're an earth angel. There's a difference. There's a difference between, you don't have to work with nobody else to send out these spells. You ain't got to do that. All you do is you pray to God. You take it to God what you want for God to work it out, and God works it out. So they're like, that's the difference. Hey, Queen Memoirs, how are you? Thank you so very much. I do appreciate your membership. I'm going to give you a free reading, okay? If you can look in my description box for the email address, I'm going to give you a free reading, okay? What's the message? Thank you, thank you, thank you. They don't know what the fuck to do. They really don't. And everybody is talking. Everybody is talking. They're trying to send somebody in. They're trying to send somebody in to cool and calm the situation. And they kind of want to send this mother in. But at the same time, this mother's like, I'm not too sure if I'm the right one. They don't know who to send in to calm the situation. Hey, behaving goals. All right. Yes. Love you too. Love you too. What's the message? Mm. Yeah. Somebody thought they was getting ready to get their wish fulfillment. Because you know what? They was in their ego. They was like, I know who I am. I know what status I hold in this coven. I am high ranking. I'm one of the best. But they had to let that person know, no, you're not, bitch. No, you're not. In fact, some shit that you didn't know, you one of the weakest. You one of the weakest links. You the one we don't really tell the secrets to. Because you don't know how to keep your trap shut. And now you thinking that you're gonna come in and try and be sneaky about some shit. This is why we all knew to ask you that you need to leave. I'm telling you, even this mother for this karmic is like, I don't know, baby, I don't know what the fuck you was doing. You didn't see this shit. You didn't see these red flags. You didn't take these clues and these cues. So yeah, somebody, they're being asked to leave. They're not being asked to leave. They're being kicked out. Now they want to apologize. Now they want to offer some type of apology for trying to overburden you, trying to put you under the gun. And I'm telling you, they went to this father. This father said, "Miss me with all this bullshit. Please miss me with all this." I'm telling you, they trying to make it up. They're like, well, what can I do? I can do this. I can do that. Listen, I can clean windows. I can vacuum floors. You need your floors clean? I got my toothbrush. What you need me to do? I can do it all. People are like, no, you've done too much. You have done too much. Because there's nothing that they can do. You've been on your own for too long. You know, they just didn't see that you were the one who was the gift. They didn't see that you had this power. All they knew was that it was so weird that, ever since you was a little child, anytime anybody came up after you, then it seemed like that person got some bad luck. But they didn't put their shit together until you was an adult. That's when they started really saying, you know what? Have you ever noticed every time we try and come up against somebody, every time we throw out these wands at somebody, that shit always come back on us? Did you ever notice that? They're noticing it now. Now they see it. And it's too bad for this person who thought that they was gonna come out and make a statement. They thought they was gonna come out and kick ass, take name, and go the next day and do the same. Everybody in that coven was like, we vote. We had a private meeting and we voted you all, and we all voted you out. In fact, you don't even have to pack. We've already packed up your shit. It's outside the door. No, not the front door, the back door. Because we don't want collectors seeing you leave here. So if you don't mind, go out the back door, get your shit, go through the yard to the back gate, go out that gate, go to the alley. You can turn left, you can turn right. We don't give a shit which way you turn, but just get the fuck away from here. Bottom of the deck. Two of Pentacles. They are praying. They praying. They don't know which way you're going to come. They don't know if you're going to be cool with it or you're going to come out the bag. They hope that you're cool with it. They hope that you're cool with it. They hope that you decide to just, rein it in. Take a deep breath and let this shit go. Because they don't want you to be like, oh no, y'all sent this bitch to me. Y'all sent this bitch to me. Because at that point, they're going to be like, I swear we didn't. No. I don't know what the fuck we was. I don't know what the hell she was doing. We told her to go. In fact, we threw rocks at her before she left. We knew we want her to go because we don't want no smoke with you. In fact, this mother said, I was telling her, this might be the first time that they actually realize and recognize that you the true empress. This is the first time that they're going to sit there and express that. Listen here, empress. Listen here, matriarch. You the leader, you the one. This might be that first time because they know, oh, they screwed, but not in a good way. Not even in a sexual way. In the behind type of way, but not a sexual type of way. Do you know what I'm saying? They know they came for the right one and the wrong one. You just happen to be both at the same damn time. I'm telling you, they told that person, best thing you could do is pray. Pray and leave us the fuck alone, if you don't mind. Now somebody, they all up in their feelings, they in their emotions, they angry, they bitter, they trying to hold that shit down, but they looking at you like it ain't nobody's business. And they don't want nobody else to know that they looking at you like it's nobody's business. But they trying to plan a comeback. No, the fuck they not. Do you know what this is? Somebody trying to plan a comeback after getting smacked the fuck down? You know what that's called? We call that stupidity. That's exactly what we call that. Somebody trying to plan a comeback, like how they gonna come back and attack you. They was already told, go sit your dumb ass down. But if they don't want to sit down, they can stand up and get this ass whooping. We don't care. You can sit down and get the ass whooping. You can stand up and get the ass whooping. You can kneel and get the ass whooping. It don't matter to us. Either way it goes, you know you about to get this. And we ain't got to lift a finger. Why? Because the Most High is going to do it. We're going to let this karma be served by the Most High. Because the Most High, God knows how to get your ass back. I'm telling you, it's somebody's finances. Somebody is losing the ability to talk. Somebody's losing the ability to even be able to speak your name in vain. They've been warned. They have been warned. I'm telling you, this father over this family said, please leave me the fuck out of this. I can't take no more. I'm barely holding on as it is. Please leave me alone with this. Because like I said, they know that you've been a while. Blah, blah, blah. They know you have been single for a while. You've been on your own for a while. You've been by yourself for a while. And it's been your intuition that's been guiding you. It's been, you listen to spirits and following what God wants you to do. That's been keeping you up. And they couldn't figure out how you was getting everything that you need. They was even trying to shortchange you. But see, now this King of Cups, everything is becoming very clear to this King of Cups. Okay, this is somebody who was initially on your side, but for some reason, whether it was peer pressure, whether it was just a lapse in judgment, or whatever it was, decided to go against you until they had to have their bitch ass wake up call. They had to have that wake up call to let them know, oh, you took the wrong way. Everything is coming down. And they even went through their own, where the wheel of fortune was turning out of their favor. They was getting their karma like it was nobody's business, baby. They was like to the point where they was like, damn, how much more am I gonna have to get? Yeah. Somebody's watching you on the internet, And they know you got this gift. They didn't see that you had the gift before. And they were sitting there lying, cheating, stealing, doing all this shit, not knowing that you had the gift. There was nothing that they could do, say, to get away with anything. But they didn't realize that. But they realize it now. So now this King of Cups is like, I don't know what. This King of Cups and somebody's dad is like, please get away from me. Please get away from me. They're like, here comes so-and-so. Let's lock the door. Oh, here comes so-and-so. Let's lock the door. Turn the lights off. We don't want them to see we here. Don't move. Don't move. Telling the dog, shh, don't move. Here's another treat. Here's some more food. They trying to do whatever to keep that dog silent. It's too many. Something about this Queen of Wands. This witch. No paths, no way to go. Somebody feels like they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice at a brand new start with you. There's no way that they can heal this situation with you. Yeah, there is no way they can heal this situation with you. They ain't got no choice. All they can do is just take it, whatever it is. What's the message, Spirit? I got my windows open today. Such a nice day outside. What's the message? So if you hear all this airplane traffic, helicopter traffic, whatever, yeah, I'm telling you something about this King of Cups. And this King of Cups was like, you know what? I feel like they thought that they could do this magician shit, that they could create some mischief or create something, until they found out that you was a true earth angel, and they didn't want to believe that you was a true earth angel, and they even tried to end you, but guess what happened? They couldn't end you. That's when somebody started to believe. Because they said, I did every dirty, rotten, scoundrel, miscreant thing that I could to try and end somebody. And they just kept coming back stronger and stronger and stronger. That's when somebody started to wake the fuck up. That's when they started to get scared. That's when they started to actually look at what it is that you actually do. That's when they realized that they had messed themselves up. They got themselves stuck with the wrong crowd, doing the wrong thing. And now it's like they're the ones who's like in that heartbreak situation. Hey, Earth sign, how are you? How are you? Well, my dog is out there acting cray. And I'm gonna let her act just as crazy as she wants to with the people walking around. I don't care. As long as she ain't in here. What's the message? What's the message? She the only one out there barking. All them other dogs up and down the street, you hear, just my baby. She the only one out there barking. What's the message? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, somebody's in a holding pattern. I feel like it's this person that kind of came up against you. They're in this holding pattern because they thought everybody was going to be like, yes, you did that. Yes, we support you. Yes, do it. But everybody was like, wait, you did what? You did what? Wait, what? And like, oh, no. So now they like in a timeout. They in this holding pattern and they can't believe what the hell is going on with them. Those are the ones feeling like a whole ass clown for coming after you when you didn't tell them to come. You didn't say proceed, come to the queen, Come on to the emperor. You didn't tell them none of that. You didn't even try and give them no bait for them to go after. You was just minding your own business. They decided they were going to try and get in where they could fit in. But guess what? Bitches found out they can't fit in nowhere. Nowhere. What's the message, Spirit? I don't know if he went back to her or not. Let's see. What's the message? Yes. I know that one thing is somebody wants some peace of mind. Somebody wants a truce. Somebody don't want to fight no more. Not with this Queen of Cups. Because they told this Queen of Wands, you know what? I don't know what to tell you, but I just know to tell you goodbye. I mean, I don't know the other words, but I just know that we over. I mean, I ain't trying to be rude, but I do want to say, bitch, you crazy. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just saying, you know what? You fucked up. So I don't know what else to tell you except toodles. Because they didn't realize that they wasn't coming for you. They wasn't stabbing you in your back. They wasn't mishandling you. They was coming for God. They didn't see that. They didn't think about that. They did not realize that you was just the messenger. You was just the one that is trying to love them, to show them the way. See, now they wake up to the truth of what they've been doing for a while now. Now it makes sense why you was always the one who was, leading this family, trying to guide everyone to the right way. Now it makes sense. And this whole time, they were sitting here trying to work against you, trying to create something so that they could tell everybody you was working for the devil. But it never worked, because you was never working for the devil. That was them. That was all them. Well, I tell you, ninjas and flies. The more I know ninjas with a hard heart, the more I like flies. What's the message? What's the message? Something about somebody being overburdened. They didn't think that this is going to be too much for them to bear, but it is. What they tried to put on you is now officially on their shoulders, and it's a lot to bear. This is why this coven was here telling this person, we need you to leave, because we don't know how much more we can take. In fact, we don't want no much more. We don't want anything else. Yes, they wanted to end this chapter. They wanted to close that cycle. They wanted it to be over. In fact, the head of this group said they wanted to offer love. They wanted to offer, love. They was hoping that you would give them forgiveness, that everything would be great, and they would have served their karma, that they wouldn't have to worry about having to go to hell and come back and live a life of hell, the next life and everything else, or have to deal with some bullshit while they're here now. They was hoping that they would just be over this, that they could go ahead and close that chapter, and it'd be good until somebody thought that they could go out there and start some shit with you. Now everybody's like, damn, we don't know what the fuck to do. We don't know what the hell is going on. What's the message, Spirit? Yes, honey. Telling you, this judgment call has been made. This horn has been blown. I don't know why I looked at this picture like they playing it, and I don't know why I'm hearing that song. Play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, right? I don't know why I'm hearing that song. Play that funky music, white boy. Lay down the funky, play that funky music till I die. And maybe that's what it is. Somebody about to die. Yeah. But somebody's watching you. They're watching you work on your gifts. Somebody could have the initials CM. They're watching you. And they're watching you, your gifts grow. And the more your gifts grow, the more they know that they're screwed. Because the more your gifts grow, the more you uncover, the more they get bound by the choices that they made in their life. Because see, this is what they didn't realize. That you had this gift. It wasn't so much about at first it used to be, as long as this person doesn't know. But then you started to wake up. And then it turned into, well, as long as this person doesn't know to what extent. You kept on working. Then it was, well, as long as this person doesn't get the end result, but you just about there. Now they're like, damn, let's make up. Maybe we can be friends. Because they know that they did too much. They know that they was trying to finagle a situation so that you didn't know or that you didn't get it, because they was not given equally to you. And now they're in this position. They can't sleep. They can't eat. All they can do is think about what's next. All they can do is think about, well, how do we get out of this? Can we get out of this? But they know there's no way, because they know your position. They know that you are well aware of who you are, and you are spiritually connected. They know not only did they hold back, but they know that they tried to hold you back. And they know that they tried to make it so that you weren't aware of who you were. But it didn't work. Spirit has decided to move you forward. Moving you forward, and you are working with your ancestors, your spirit guides. That's who's on your team. Not is it just who's on your team, but you also put shame to this person who tried to take you down. This person that tried to take you down is done. You said what needed to be said. You did what needed to be did. Done. You said what needed to be said. You did what needed to be done. I feel like somebody's close to the end of their life, because I feel like this is somebody that's dead. I'm telling you, somebody is close to the end of their life, and they sitting here thinking their last waking or their last conscientious moments were of them trying to overpower you, trying to take you down, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's like somebody, something about this group, and not just this group, but what they're talking about. I feel like now this coven, and it sounds funny, but certain members of this coven are talking about this come to Jesus moment. They talking about, you know what? Maybe we should maybe we should start going to a real church and not this shit that we done made up. Because that ain't no real church. They talking about going to a real church. They're talking about leaving this witch out in the cold. You know, they said, and then this mother that was not even treating you right, they like she about to croak anyway. Shit, let's go. Leave her ass alone. And then somebody who was over this, who started the whole war, that person is on one knee and surrendering. Okay, because people said every time they come for your ass, some shit happened to them. And it's not just them, it's the entire coven. Like, one person can do something. JoJo can do something. And when it don't work for JoJo, everybody thought that it was just gonna be JoJo that was getting it. Nope. It was JoJo, it was Mandy, it was Tink Tink, it was, Jehoshaphat, it was Mr. Otis, it was Helen, it was Roger, and it was, Rogelio. It was all of their asses that was getting some. That's what they started realizing. Wait a minute. When one of us go against the collective, we all getting it because y'all was in that same fucking coven. Spirit was looking at all y'all like, oh, y'all want to play like that? I'm going to show you how the game is played, motherfuckers. I'm going to show you how that fucking game is played. What's the message? Hey, AJ Craft, how are you? I'm glad that you're here too. What you say, Earth sign? It was love. He made it war. Yep. Yes, I'm telling you this. Somebody don't want you to know that they are broke, busted, disgusted, out in the cold. They don't want you to know how bad off they are doing. But they ain't got shit coming. Everybody else know how this person was trying to steal, was trying to rob, was trying to kill. And now everybody knows that everything that they was trying to do to you was coming back on them. Everybody know that. It's just that you don't give a shit. And you know what? You didn't know. You know why? Because you didn't care to know. You know why? Because your ancestors told you not to worry about it. You know why? Because they handled this shit. Confirmation. You know why? Because they knew what the fuck they was doing. They knew what the fuck they was doing. They was like, mess with her again here. Do it again. I want you to. You looking real cool doing that shit. Real cool. Do it again. I want you to. See, they didn't realize you was backed by your ancestors, your spirit guides. They couldn't fuck with you if they wanted to. And they wanted to. Yes, they sure the fuck did. But whenever they wanted to, that's when they really realized all that shit that they did to you was coming back on them. Double time. Even this warlock was telling this and remember this King of Pentacles, they were sitting there talking, gossiping and shit like that. And then them two sitting there like, you know what? Maybe we should go to Jesus. Maybe we should go to a real church. Not that shit that we made up, a real church. Because there's something that's missing. There's something that's missing. They decided to put an end to trying to come up against you because it was not ever working. It wasn't ever going to work. What else, Spirit? These some goofy people. Goofy. Yeah, whoever started some shit with you, they said, get out. Get out. We don't want to hear about this shit. Because they know that your ancestors is there. Your ancestors is like, yo, baby, sit back, relax. You like this? They said, yeah, just sit back, take a nap. You're like, okay. Next thing you know, them ancestors is on that ass. Okay. Let's see what else is happening. Boy, that's a wake-up call for you whenever you think that you get ready to do some shit. Like you're gonna be so sneaky and do some shit, and when people find out, they're like, oh, "What? Oh, we hate you. Get the fuck out. You making life hard for us." Bottom of the deck, the fool. Somebody jumped in. Mm-hmm. Somebody thought that they was gonna jump in with both feet. They was gonna get a special prize. They was gonna go back and tell everybody else. They was gonna brag about this shit, only to find out that that's not how it worked. What they found out was there's some shit you don't know that you should have sat your ass down a long time ago. If we didn't tell you to go out there and get collective, you should not have been feeling froggy. Like, what the hell are you trying to do to all of us? What's the message? Yeah, they're like, what were you trying to do to all of us? Somebody's mother is asking, don't you love me? Don't you want to see me survive? Well, I thought this was going to know. This is helping me to, I'm telling you, somebody's mama is about to lose it. They are on their last breaths. They are on their last days. They're on their last days. And the reason is, you know how they say that saying, we pay for the sins of our father? Somebody's mama is paying for the sins of her daughter for coming for you. Somebody's mama is paying for the sins of her daughter for coming for you. Because God saw what somebody was trying to do. And now this person is wondering why they was trying to do that, because now they got to leave. They was asked nicely or not so nicely, or maybe not even asked. They was told to get the fuck out.